Hey there, good afternoon. I'm Charlie Landon. I'm the founder of Best Agent. I have been a supplier of technology marketing services to estate agents for over 20 years. And in this video, I am going to share with you the techniques that I've witnessed the very best agents using to win saleable instructions without overvaluing when up against agents who are overvaluing. And this is a mixture of all the best techniques I've seen from all around the country, plus a little bit of my own idea added in there. And also below in the description, below this video in the notes, I've linked to a Google Word document that contains this script that I'm going to put on screen in a minute, which you are free to use. Copy, paste it, download it, whatever you want to do. It's just a rough script to give you an idea. But if you can do this, then especially in this tough market we're in now in early 2024, when prices are struggling, it's really going to make it easier to get deals over the line when you've got sellers who trust you, basically accept your experience levels, are happy to be guided by you, and therefore you've got a much better chance of getting that property sold sooner and getting your fee. Today, there's just been news out that there were 5,000 estate agency branches closed in 2023 because of toughening market conditions and falling transaction volumes. And I think that is one of the direct consequences of overvaluing. Now, the bad news first, this will not help you if you are not already a very good agent. Now, let me be precise about what I mean by a very good agent. First and foremost, you need to know your market. You need to really know your patch. And I can't help you with that if you don't already know that, right? If you don't know that already, I would, and you've just started out as an agent, and maybe it's your own business, or you're self-employed, or maybe you're an employee somewhere and you want to be really good at your job, just get to know your patch. Really get to know your patch. It's so important. And it's a really important thing to be able to do to convey confidence to sellers. So this video assumes you already know your patch. Number two, it assumes that you already know the difficult and complicated process of how to get a property in a difficult market noticed above all the other properties, how to get competing bids on it, how to manage those applicants, how to manage the offers into deals, and how to hold that deal through to completion in a difficult market. So you really know about qualifying applicants. You've hopefully already got some very good relationships with applicants you've already qualified who are ready to buy, and you're already an agent that understands that investing time in getting to know quality applicants up front really pays dividends in a difficult market like this. So I'm assuming that that's already you. You know how to present a property better than the others, and you know how to manage the launch and the marketing in such a way that you get that interest enough to find out what the market will pay for that client's property. Okay. Yeah, so know your patch really well, number one. Know your patch, your market. Number two, know how to prep, launch, and market a property to get competing bids. And then number three, to know how to qualify and manage those bids through to a deal that you can hold together until completion. I'm assuming you already know that. And if you don't, get in touch with one of the agency trainers that's out there. There are plenty of them out there. And I recommend that you go and get trained in those things, okay? I would recommend Perry Power, the Power Agent Group for agents, where he talks about this all the time and shares, and he's one of the best agents I know. So look up Perry. Otherwise, look up any of the agency trainers to get to know how to do this. Because if you don't know how to do these things, if you don't already know your patch, how to launch properties properly, and how to manage applicants and qualify them properly to get competing bids, if you don't already know that, you are not a good enough agent yet. And hopefully when you hear this video, you'll think, oh, is that what I need to know? Okay, cool, I'll go and find out. And if you don't know where to go, get in touch with me, ask me, and I can help you find out where to go to get that training. But without further ado, the whole idea of this video and what I'm sharing with you is to help agents who, you know you're a good agent, but you are really struggling against the overvaluers, the deliberate lying overvaluers who know they're signing clients into a long sole agency contract are going to have to talk them down. This is I'm hoping, many of you already know this, but if you don't, I'm hoping this is going to be very helpful to you in winning instructions before the overvaluers get them and lock them in. The list and lockers, I call them. Now, the next thing is this. It won't work every time. And it also assumes that you don't want to waste your time trying to sell a property that you can't sell because the seller is unrealistic, doesn't trust that you know what you're doing, and is difficult to work with. I'm assuming that you don't want those clients, okay? Because this won't work with those clients. Because those clients are just, you let them go. Because those types of clients and sellers and the overvaluing agents deserve each other, don't they? So this is how good agents can get quality instructions that they can actually sell. Now let me get it up. This is the document I've linked to below. One moment. Let's get it like this. So the beginning of this document effectively goes through what I've just said. And first of all, I know that the only thing harder than winning an instruction is actually getting invited in the first place. And I can't help you with that. That's not what this video is about. I can't help you with getting invited in the first place. Oh, and I can. I've got ideas, but that's not what this video is about. Yeah, I've covered that next part and those 5 things that I'm assuming you guys all know already. But the objective here is to turn away from overvaluing yourself, because I know there are those of you who are good agents, and you do know that if you can get the instruction, you will get it sold for them, but you still find it almost impossible not to go along to some extent, even reluctantly, with overvaluing. Even if it's, for example, saying to the seller, look, okay, if you're insisting on going to that price, and that's what I have to do to get your business, then I'll do it. But I'm suggesting that you turn away from even doing that in this difficult market. Do we have any agents watching this live? I hope we do. Uh-oh, what's happened to my mouse? Hi, Christopher Walkie. Hi there. Nice to have you. So this is roughly what I'm suggesting you should be saying once you are in a client's home and you've looked around it. And at the end of this, by the way, I'm also going to go through, and it's also written in this document, about how I would go about getting the fee you want as well. Again, assuming that you are a good agent that's better than the rest and you know what you're doing. But the objective here is to actually use overvaluing against those agents who are doing it to you. Rather than have to reluctantly do a bit yourself, you actually go, no, those agents are overvaluing and I can show you that they are. So here's the script. So this is what I would say if I was a good agent in a seller's living room. I would say most agents, because it's true, especially the larger chains and the corporates, are deliberately overvaluing to try and seduce you into selling with them. And there are so many people who have made this mistake and been unable to sell at all. And I have come to this marketing appraisal prepared with examples of what I'm talking about, where those other agents that you might be talking to have got properties that they've listed and cannot sell. And those overvaluing agents' contract will contain a long-term sole agency lock-in, preventing you from changing to another agent until the exclusivity period has ended. And that might be too long for you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. It can be as long as 6 months. Let's look at some examples of homes like yours that have sat on the market with these agents for months. Now, what I'm suggesting is that you then use Chrome on Rightmove and use the property log extension, and you can start to go through. And what I find is you pick a postcode and a property type. So let's say your client's got a 3-bedroom semi-detached house with a garden, okay? And there are lots of those kind of properties in your patch. Bring those up and start off by listing them in that seller's area in order of oldest first, okay? Oldest 3-bedroom semis in that postcode or that area first. And you just start to scroll through and you'll see it's all the same. You get the occasional one here or there. And I'm not saying that having one of the oldest properties is necessarily a bad thing, but you'll very, very quickly see who the most common offenders are at this overvaluing and having stuff on the market for ages. And it will also show you, you've got the property log extension put in, it will show you the ones who've done price drop, price drop, price drop, price drop. So you will be able to support your argument that those agents are overvaluing and they're making their clients drop the price. I would then say to them, the trick is to get the balance just right with the launch marketing price. Perry Power has done an amazing job on this particular point. Call it a marketing price. It is not an asking price and it's not a valuation price. It's a marketing price. The trick is to get the balance just right with the launch marketing price so that it attracts more buyers than the homes you're competing against, whose asking prices are too high, and where the buyers just aren't interested. And at the right level, we'll get enough interest to achieve a price above the marketing price. And you also can price too low, and the right agent will know how to get just the right price. This will also mean we've got a better chance of selling your home sooner. Now, this is the really important point. When they start asking you, well, how much do you think it's worth? I don't think a good agent should ever answer that question. And this is what I would say. Provided I had examples of successes with other clients that I'd sold, I would say, I don't know exactly what price we can get. It's impossible to know that until the competing offers come in. But if you choose me to sell your home and allow me to market your home as I recommend, then I promise you we will find out what the very best offer from the current market is. And if you're a really great agent, you won't lock them into a long solidity contract, and you'll be able to say to them at this point, and by the way, if you're not happy, you'll be free to go. If you don't think I'm the best agent for you at any point, give me a couple of weeks notice and you'll be free to go. We'll ideally get your home launched, marketed, viewed, and sold before those other homes with the overpricing agents have even realized how far they're going to have to reduce their asking price to sell. In a falling market, speed is crucial. If we miss it, you could be waiting 6 months to sell and at a potentially lower price. Okay, so that's my rough idea as a script. And of course, you'll be doing it from memory, doing it in your own style, your own voice, your own character. But the 3 points it's most crucial to get across to the seller are follows. These are the points you need to get across in your own way. So you can ignore the script and just do this in your own words. Get these 3 points across. And I know a lot of sellers won't like this, but those are the ones you don't want, right? But point number 1, the market will decide the price your home will sell at. The market will decide it. And again, only really good agents will be able to say this with confidence because you will know how to get competing bidders. And if you get competing bidders, you have discovered the market's best price for that home. And that's how you can explain that to them, how you do it, your own personal approach to doing this. But the market will decide the sale price, given whatever the market conditions are. Not you and not them. The market will decide. It's so important to get them to understand that. And if they're a seller that doesn't understand, they go, well, I want this for it. Doesn't matter what you want for it, does it? Number 2, obtaining competing funded offers is the crucial part to discovering the best price. Okay? And then number 3, that initial marketing price can be the make or break. And you can talk to them at length about, look what happens. Look how Rightmove says that if you have to lower your asking price, you've already got a 60% lower chance of selling at all with that first agent. And you can just spend time pointing this out to them. And hopefully, I would say that in this market, it is easier to prove that overvaluing agents aren't selling homes, and that therefore the correct launch marketing price is the absolute key, than in a rising market. This is an opportunity to catch the overvaluing and the overpricing agents out. Okay, so try and bring as many examples of similar homes to theirs which are unsold as examples of overpricing. Look how long this property has been on the market, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. And then try and find, this is teaching you suck eggs. If you're a good agent, you already know this, right? But try to find the most recent similar home showing as under offer and look at what the asking price on that is, and then talk to them about what you think the price below asking is on that. Maybe if you know the agent, you can ask them. If it's an agent that hasn't been invited in on this one, they might be willing to tell you. If you know them, you ring them up and say, what did you sell that one for? I've got a client I'm hoping to win. And the goal here is to achieve a client who trusts you. Because Most sellers don't trust their agent. And so it's a strained relationship from the beginning. And if you are good enough and have a good enough track record and know your stuff enough and know the market enough, can really convince the agent that you know your job and the area, and it's a massive trust signal to them that you're not going to lock them in to a long-term sole agency contract, but all the other agents are, then you've got a chance of getting their trust. And if you get their trust, that's half the battle, isn't it? Because then if they trust you, they will be guided by you. And if I was in it, I'd say, guys, this is going to be an awful lot of work. And I don't want to do all this work for nothing. I don't want to do all this work and then not sell your home, or you'd be unhappy and go somewhere else. So you can trust me because I'm in it with you. Otherwise, this is all for nothing. This is point number 2. I know that when it's taken you months to even get in the door, the thought of turning an instruction away might sound an unpalatable thing to do. But if you are a good agent and you know the market is tough, you also know that you don't want the dreamers. You don't want the dreamers. So you want to filter out those ones and go, look, I'm really sorry. I hear what you say, but we just want that higher price. Best of luck to you. Give me a call if it doesn't work out. Whatever you do, don't sign a long sole agency lock-in. Because if you can prevent them from signing long-term sole agency lock-ins with other agents, you've got a better chance that they will come back to you when they realize the mistake they've made with the first agent they go with. Oh, I used to get this all the time with my clients. Yeah, lost an instruction to overvaluing and co down the road. And the clients rang me up and said, I made a horrible mistake. I wish I'd gone with you, but now I can't because I'm locked in, or now the property is tainted and it's harder to get it launched. It happened all the time. So the next thing you want to achieve. So number 1, client trusting you. Number 2, filtering out the sellers who are just dreamers. Number 3, a saleable listing that you are confident you can earn a worthwhile fee from. That's what you want. That's what you as a good agent want, need, and deserve if you are indeed a good agent, right? A saleable listing. You want to walk out of here with an instruction that you know is a realistic seller, motivated realistic seller, at a fee that really excites you, and that you've actually got a really good chance of earning that fee. And of course, same thing really. Number 4, avoiding instructions that will consume your time and energy without earning you anything and just make you look like those other agents who've got all that dusty old stock sitting on the shelf, either at a silly price or with multiple reductions still sitting unsold. You don't want to be that agent, do you? Now, how are we doing? The next part I've got in this document as well, which again, you're all very, very welcome to use, is a little bit on fees. Look, I'll leave that for you. I'll do that on a separate video about the fee discussion, because I used to talk to my clients a lot about how to secure the fee that you want. So I'm going to leave it there. Wish you all the best of luck. Please share this video with other agents that you know if you think that they're good. And if you found this video helpful, please feel free to use the document below. Share the document with other agents as well, the script, and give me your feedback. And if you think I've missed something out, or if you think I've got something wrong that you disagree with, let me know. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Otherwise, all the best, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to sign up and get your Best Agent back office account open at bestagent.co.uk, so you're getting your free telephone leads and your vendor and landlord leads and viewing inquiries that you can look at and decide if you want to buy or not. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.